Hello YouTube creators and subscribers, I just wanted to thank you all for tuning into my video. Today we're going to be going through the Deep Web, episode 31. So, let's begin. As always, we will go ahead and view the disclaimer. The following video contains content that may be illegal. Residents, we're not responsible for your actions on the Deep Web and will not be held liable for your actions. Alright, so let's get down to business. So, as always, we start at Not Evil, and we could always go to the front page of Not Evil by finding the link and then clicking on the link itself. And usually we have the saying or quote or meme that's present, and so we'll go ahead and read what this meme is on Not Evil. I've often thought that if a rational fascist dictatorship were to exist, then it would choose the American system. That's by some person right there. So, let's go to the first website. Alright, so the first website is Communicate Freely, mpp.is. So, I'm assuming this is a website that teaches people how to communicate in a way that doesn't hamper their capability to have the First Amendment to speak what they would like to about politics and their countries and things of that nature. So go ahead and read the home tab and then we'll check out the other tabs as well. Let's go ahead and read this first one right here. Hello users, I've landed in a personal situation that requires me to get a lawyer and pay an expensive fee. Running these services incurs a financial burden, and with this, it comes with an upcoming fee. I'd like to ask all those who are wonderful XMPP.is users to donate if you can. It pains me to ask for the donations, but I've landed in a situation where it is difficult to keep up with the cost. Don't worry too much though. As for Folking Net, I hope I didn't say that right, was generous enough to provide a server for no cost. I'll be migrating XMPP.is to it in the near future. Go check them out. Donations can be given in various cryptocurrencies or PayPal on my donation page. Oh, that's pretty interesting. Hello, Kit Chat. Good to see you. Hello, it's been a while. Glad that you're here viewing the videos. Alright, so back to the website. Registrations are back again. Hello users. Thanks to help for the ProSodi developers, I applied changes to the core ProSodi code which fixes SNI. In turn solves the issue with Google CAPTCHA returning an invalid response. Registrations now work once again. This time I'll be sticking with Google's CAPTCHA, as other solutions have allowed bots to register tens of thousands of accounts in a quick period of time. The changes made to fix SNI were pushed to ProSodi's trunk branch, which contains unstable code. Rather than switching entirely to ProSodi trunk, I applied the code from the trunk branch only to fix the SNI. If you're curious, the changes that came up, you could see these following links will probably contain some code. So this is the homepage. It talks about all the news and everything that they have contained on their website. But what I want to see is if they have more information. About XMPP is was created as a subproject by Crypto.is. We are fans of the Icelandic TLD.is if you're wondering what it was. We intend to do or be another reputable XMPP Jabber server among many who are users and who enjoy communicating securely and privately. So I'm assuming XMPP/Jabber servers are a way to basically communicate, build communities to discuss various topics that help thrive in the community. So it's pretty cool that they developed this server using the XMPP and /Jabber type server code. So they have server link, operating cost, security, and transparency, and TOS and AUP. I think that's acceptable user policy, and then terms of service. So what we will do is go to operating costs to see how much it costs for them to run this server. And as you can see, they're currently serving 1,087 people, 1,992 people. Huh. Alright, so operation costs. So they have various total yearly costs. There's only a $6,000 or $7,000 estimate to run their website or servers yearly, which is actually not that bad of a price. That's pretty cool. So let's go back to their about page. And let's click on our server. Alright, so specifications, it basically speaks about the equipment that's inside the computer and server itself. So they have the Intel Xeon type not specified for security. That's good, so that way there's no backdoors into being able to hack the CPU. Then they have 2 terabytes enterprise SATA drives in RAID format. So RAID is a way to back up data. Essentially RAID 1, I do believe, is a Stripe parody where they have data written on one hard drive and then the other part of the data written on the other hard drive. I'm not to be mistaken. They have 32 gigabytes of ECC memory, which is RAM, and the 32 gigabytes of EEC is error correction checker, or error check correction, which basically checks if there's any errors in the data that's being sent, and then the memory corrects it properly. And then a 1 gigabit per second uplink, which is really good server. Then they have all these information specifications about their server, hidden server details, ClearNet version details, and then they have like the ports that are currently operating on, which is pretty cool. And then their website link, which is not where we're at right now, but I don't want to go visit the website without actually doing a check on it first. That way I know it's legitimate. So let's go ahead and go back to, I don't know, like maybe account really quick just to see what else this website has to offer. So they said recover account, register for an account to get an account on their server. And then some other stuff over here, connecting general. So that's basically it for this website. Here's the URL. I don't know if you guys could see that, but it's right there, and it's a website that's supposedly featured on the deep web, and that allows people to communicate freely. Now there is acceptable use and terms of service, so let's read that before we go ahead and bounce out of this website. So terms of service, you agree to the following acceptable user policy. So you may not use xmpp.is and its sister domains to conduct illegal activity according to the laws of the United States of America or Germany. Common illegal activities may include spam, fraud, and distribution of malware. You may not use xmpp.is and its sister domains to impersonate others, and you may not mass register accounts or use automated scripts to bypass CAPTCHA. It's pretty cool. So we're going to go ahead and back out of this website and go to the next one. Alright, so the next deep web website is the HQER, high quality Euro replicas and counterfeits. So obviously this is borderline illegal territory where people could supposedly get access to euros for a low amount of cost, and it's probably fake, or I guess the replicas of them. So we'll go ahead and read what they're all about. Our notes are produced of cotton-based paper. They pass the pen test without problems. UVI is incorporated, so they pass the UV test as well. You may have all necessary security features be spent on most retailers. Free express shipping. We are shipping from France. Lowered prices for old €50 series. New series will be in stock later. Notes can be still used in every shop in Europe. Only avoid banks as usual. That's pretty cool. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and see, like, what does this translate to? So you get basically a pretty good profit. You get 50 bills, 50 euro bills, 60 times 50 euro bills. So they're 50 euro bills. They were worth 50 euros. And then you get a multiplication of that by investing in a certain amount. So I'm assuming if you pay 275 euros, you're going to get roughly, I would say, at least 1,000, more than that, 2,000. So you're basically doubling your profit, which is pretty good. Let's go and go to their information page and maybe products too as well, to see what they're all about. Okay, how to buy Bitcoins. You may choose between many exchanges and marketplaces to fund your Bitcoins address in your wallet on the site depending on location and availability payments. They have their links, resource links right there. Okay. And then their products right here. So basically that is it. What we're going to do is back out and go to the next website. Alright, so the next website is this one instead, and it's Onion Search Engine. It's a new web engine or web browser that I found that could be used on the deep web. And look, it has like code, Android version, Onion, images, videos. No way, that they have images and videos. I don't believe it. Maps. Oh, maps. No, we're not gonna check out maps actually. And then, like, I don't know, that's worldwide, and then email, and then questions. And then I'm assuming you could type in right here for various searches. So it's pretty interesting. Not much to say. We're actually not going to search using this browser because I like to use Not Evil, but that's besides the point. But it looks like it's pretty legitimate. So we're going to back out of this one and go to the next website. Alright, so the next website is 100 times your Bitcoin in 24 hours. How to multiply your Bitcoins in 100-fold in a day? I don't even own Bitcoins, but I can only imagine timesing Bitcoins times 100. Probably make a lot of money. How to multiply your Bitcoins 100-fold in a day. No matter how secure and innovative would be Bitcoins, they are just some bytes on a digital storage medium that can be copied, as well as any digital information. We thoroughly studied the Bitcoin client from within and have found an almost imperceptible but very significant flaw. I think we've actually studied something like this. So basically they say they found a flaw in Bitcoin and how to basically mine it through different websites by multiplying 0.01 Bitcoin and turning it into 1 Bitcoin, which is a lot of money. I think 1 Bitcoin is at least, $250,000 USA dollars, which is a lot of money. So not much to say. They're gonna go ahead and break down the prices right here. They have the time amount and they tell you how much you're going to get. So if you pay 0.01 Bitcoin, you get 1 full Bitcoin in 24 hours. Or if you pay 0.1, you get 10 Bitcoins, which is a hell of a lot. So we're gonna read into what they're all about. Who are we? We are a team of enthusiasts who are very interested in innovative digital currency, Bitcoin, and strongly believe in their future. We do not like the fact that in Bitcoin clients exists the flaw, and we hope that our website will help fix it. What we do, we find bugs in different and new internet ventures and use them for our own purposes. The last time we were engaged in Bitcoin client, so we found this flaw in the Bitcoin client. We hope that our website will help you. Why trust us? You can see the transaction history of our project with links to blockchain, and it makes it sure that we withdraw Bitcoins to people. In addition, you won't find any project that can multiply your Bitcoins 100-fold in a day. So you don't want to try, you'll miss your chance to get rich. So basically that is that website. What we will do is go ahead and back out and go to our deep web video of the week. And it looks like it's some kind of, go ahead and get something really quick. That's copyrighted music that I can't play, but essentially it looks like it's backing out, camera views backing out of a mask. And it looks like that mask is V for Vendetta, with like cloth over the eyes. Oh yes, it's an anonymous type post and video. Pretty cool. And they have the all-seeing eye right there, the one eye that's not covered, that's seeing everything. And basically that is it. That is the deep web video of the week. Not much to say about it, other than that it supports Anonymous. So we'll go ahead and back out and go to the next website. Now we meet up at Retro Share, a chat server hosted by Private Pirate Party Austria. So they have different flags, it looks like, and it looks like it may be a chat server by the name of it, looks of it. We'll go ahead and click on English and proceed forward. Okay, so the Retro Share chat server. This tool will help you to exchange your Retro Share key. It will give you access to chat lobbies. In order to make some friends, brief tutorial. You enter your Retro Share key. Following page, you will have access to the chat server key, which will give you access to the chat lobbies, where other members of the community are already chatting. Chat with other people. So they allow you to enter your key, and then you would go on the chat server. We're not going to actually enter the chat server due to privacy reasons, and I don't know what's going to be behind the chat server, so I don't want it to be something that's going to be risky or potentially illegal. I'm going to keep it at that. So what we'll do, we will back out and go to the next website. Alright, so the next website is Legal Cases. Legal Cases, it looks like it's a place where it holds legal documents. I don't know what they're based on, but we're going to check it out. We're going to click on criminal. It looks like they have 3 million criminal files on record. And while it's loading, I think it's going to ask us to upload or enable JavaScript. But we're not going to do that. Alright, so let's go to United Kingdom. we're gonna click on one of these links. Excuse me. Oh, here we go. Okay. So here's a court case. Let's go ahead and click on the first one. All right, Sengesqui, R versus in the court, Royal Courts of Justice. Vice President Lady Justice Hallowed, Mr. Justice Wilkie, and Mr. Justice Holroyd. Regina versus Daniel and Luxwe. Computer aid transcript of the stenograph notes. Wave. Okay, so Mr. Justice Daniel something appealed by leave of this single judge against long custody stances imposed on them on the 15th June 2016 in the Court Crown at Leeds for offense of rape, which they have committed in September and October 2015. The appliants are cousins, or whatever that word is. They share a surname. For that reason, we will refer to them by their forenames. Daniel, born 31st January 1999, is now 17 years old. He was 16 at the time of the offense. His total sentence was one of 11 years, 3 months detention under Section 91 of the Powers of Criminal Courts, Sentencing Act 2000. And then Lucas, born 4th May 1998, is now aged 18, was 17 at the time of his offenses. His total sentence was 14 years detention in a young offenders institution. The provisions of Section 4.5 of the Youth Justice and Criminal Evidence Act of 1999 are engaged in Daniel's case because of his age. However, at the sentencing hearing, the reporting restrictions had been imposed. Pursuant to the section was removed. The sentencing judge, his honorary Judge Bayliss, QC, took the view that offending was so serious that the public should know the offender's name. Mr. Fraser, who appeared on Daniel on the different occasions, has done so before, realistically did not seek to argue to the contrary. We see no reason to adopt a different course but both may be named in any report of these proceedings. The position is very different of victims of offenses. The provisions of Sexual Offenses Amendment Act of 1992 apply here. Pursuant to those provisions, no matter relating to either the victims of the offenses shall during her lifetime be included in any publication if it is likely to lead to her identification by members of the public as the victim of that offense. This prohibition will continue unless waived or lifted in accordance with Section 3 of Act of 1992. We turn to a brief summary of the facts of the offenses. On 13th of October 2015, the defendant traveled together to the red light district of Huddersfield. They approached a sex worker, CM, offered her 30 euros for oral sexual intercourse. She indicated a place where, all right, we're not going to go deep into this actual case because it's getting into nitty-gritty details of what had happened, but yeah, essentially you could find different criminal court cases and legal cases that happened around the world, dockets that are prevalent and that actually happened. So we're going to back out of this website and go to the next one. All right, the next one, we build our dreams by hand. So it looks like this website is a coding website. I don't know. There's not much to say. It just says that Cyberpunk is beautiful. There's a list of projects. I can't create a new fork or repository. So it must be a place where you could build your own code or maybe use their code to build stuff. So we're not going to actually dig deep into it because I don't know what it's all about. Well, yeah, basically that is it. We're going to go ahead and back out and go to the next website. Alright, so the next website is Zeus Onion Links. Zeus Onion Links basically allows person to get access to new links on the deep web. So we're gonna go ahead and basically scan through really quick. You got the links right here, descriptions, and then actions, last tested, last seen, and last added. And then you can test the link. I'm not gonna actually scroll down, but yeah, basically this link right here, this URL is to Zeus links, and it contains a bunch of onions. I'm gonna back out and basically end it right here. And we're gonna end it right here to the fact that I want to keep it too long, as I promised last time for the deep web video and series. So this last website is a website that allows us to essentially look at new websites that are existing on the deep web. Now we're not going to click on any of these links. We clicked on communications and it brings up various sites that are safe, but just be aware that this website is very dangerous if you don't know what you're doing on the deep web. Anyways, that's basically it for this episode. If you enjoyed what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. You have a good afternoon or evening.